Putting some threads in for the boot cowl. Uh-oh.
The top one.
Yeah, we can tell. We have to use pop rivets where we can't get these solid rivets in. We'll finish up with pop rivets. There's several places we can't get to. Wherever we can use the squeeze rivets, we like them better. The book tells you to rivet on the boot cowl, but I don't know. It looks to me like it's a piece that you might want off again sometime. So we're going to put some threads in for it, and we're going to bolt it on. Not that big a deal.
Do you want me to?
I don't know if I can turn it or not.
The wing?
Yep.
Okay, turn around. That one there goes behind you.
That one goes with this one here, I believe. No, it doesn't. It goes back here,
We'll
but
have to break this.
It goes right
Maybe this one
right
will
here.
have to break it. Oh.
I was afraid of that. I couldn't get it pushed under.
But how do you try it?
oh, the wings fold. Ivory.
Find it.
The wings fold back.
I couldn't.
Then we got to take this wall out, and we can pull it right out.
It's not under.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
And most people don't know that because it looks almost like that whole wall is just one wall.
Wow, that's a bunch of buttons.
We engineered it to where it'll
Can you put it on here?
it'll come apart.
You know what we're trying to do to this?
What?
We're trying to tear it out. See each one of these? That is, each one of those represents 5 hammer hits. Someone has hit it 5 times.
What are you doing?
Your job is to hit it with a hammer. Can you do that without hitting my fingers?
I'll do it.
You hit my
One
fingers.
at a time.
Hit it right in the middle.
So I hit as many
No,
as
you just
this?
hit it 5 times right there. Very good, very good.
Right there.
You gonna hit my fingers? I better get some gloves off you.
Yeah, you better get your gloves.
Right in the middle, okay? Hard as you can.
In the middle.
In the middle. Very good. Okay, good job.
Sweet.
Right here. Come on, you can break it. Very good. Oh, is that one you have? I can pull one short. Okay, that's fine. 5 times. Don't hit my fingers. 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 Very good. Now you know what we gotta do?
Hey, Arden.
Ooh, now you got to see what happens.
See this here?
Yeah.
See how you wrinkled that my material up? Let's come over here and I'll show you how to fix that. Oh my God.
It's on the other side.
Okay, this is a heat gun. Sit right there, 530 degrees. That means it will burn you really, really, really bad. So we got all these wrinkles. How do we fix them? Magic. All good. Now you can beat it like a drum. Play a song. All right. Still working on the cows. We're working on the top cowl now. That's what you're supposed to do. Along with this page full of directions. First thing it says to do is mark a 1-inch border around the piece. Here is your neck of ducks. And you're supposed to mark a 1-inch. This is my rendition of 1-inch mark around the outside. And we'll cut that out now and see what it looks like when we get that done. 5 minutes with Mr. Milwaukee and Mr. Dremel, and we have a piece cut out ready to check for fit. So let's go see how that fits. All right, we have the piece setting in here, just checking for size. It's supposed to be 25 inches back here, and you'll be cutting in a box out here that fits on top of. Here, your intercooler. So that's what these air vents are for. So it's 25 inches from the back of your spinner up to the intercooler, and you'll be cutting a box out that fits your outside of your intercooler so that you can get all the air you can to go through the intercooler. So that 25 number that they give you is just a suggestion. So it says to tape this on and reinstall the cowling, and then you'll check with your intercooler. So we'll get this thing. It's going to require quite a bit of sanding to fit because it's, as you can see, it's not down very good, but we sand the corners. Usually it don't fit usually these pieces don't fit in the middle. They hit high on the outside. This piece is more flat than the cowling is, so you have to sand heavily on the outsides to round them up. And here we're hitting hard on the inside corners, which you can take that off too. So just sand, grind, and fit till she sets down there. Okay, well, fitting this up, I noticed that the hood deforms really, really bad just laying around. In other words, when you set it down flat, this part, it flexes a lot. So you want to set it on a pair of 2x4s, any kind of cradle you have, to let it have its natural shape. The edges, this measurement firewall across here is 34 inches, so I put tape on here to hold this shape at 34 inches, and the front where I have it marked is 28 inches, so I taped it. Hopefully now I have the correct form, which is totally different than just having the thing laying out flat. And the problem would be if you mounted this piece, the NACADUC, in here with it conformed out of shape. When you glue this in, it's going to be a permanent disfigured shape, I'm afraid. So just a heads up on that. Be sure and get everything as close to what it's going to be like on the airplane, held in place, and then sand this piece down to fit the best you can. It's not going to fit perfect, but if you don't sand it quite a bit, I mean, if you don't sand it quite a bit when you put your clecos in here, I mean, it will pull these two pieces together, but the other side of your hood's going to look like crap. So try to get her set in there the best you can. Try to get the form the best you can. That's all we can do. Okay, I've been working on the inside trying to get this piece here symmetrical. When you cut these holes, you got to cut 2 holes in this hood, and you know, there'll be something like that. Well, you have these humps, so we kind of need those holes to be in the right place to line up with these humps. Well, underneath, I just have not found a good way to line those up. So I flipped it over here and I put me a couple small holes drilled right in the grooves that you can plainly see on the outside here. And then I'll flip this over. And now simply turn it over and connect the dots here, and you draw you some lines which are as good as I can aim for. And now I'll be able to measure from this point here over to the line on both of these to get me centered on this end. So it's really hard. I draw the center line here, but you know, the center line is sketchy too. That's just your best guesstimation. Back here you can actually measure. I mean, my center hole was already measured out for me. So, and it measured correct from the side to side. So we can center this end of it just fine, but the front end, where does it go, is really hard to determine on this side of the cowl when you're over here. So I just punched a couple holes in it, and that gave me something to draw a straight line with, and that's as good as I'm going to be able to use for a reference to line this thing up. That's how I did it. Hope it helps you on your build. Okay, we got that all cut out, and it is ready to glue on. So we turned our attention to the doors now. That's the oil access door I'm talking about. Okay, we cut our access door here. Just cut it the best you can, get your lines even around the outside. This will be painted, so don't get it too tight or you'll have problems later. You've got to drill 4 holes in the top for screws, 5 holes in the bottom for rivets. You have to cut your hinge. Your hinge comes, it says cut 9 knuckles. These are a knuckle here, each one of these, so you cut it 9 knuckles long. You cut this 8-inch access here for your hinge. And then you're ready to drill. And then you are ready to drill, which we are ready to drill. I will say one thing. Let me take this door out. Who needs a hinge? Just put a piece of tape on it. What was I thinking? Okay. Where this hinge fits up here, that needs to be level with the fiberglass when you're done. Now to do that, you have to, this is too thick. This is too thick in here, so you will have to sand on the inside to get that hinge to raise up higher. Before I started sanding that, my hinge was probably down about like that, you know. But with the hinge pressed flat on the inside of the cowl, you want that hinge to be flat with your door here that you trimmed out. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I'm ready to drill some holes, and then I'm going to glue that last set of aqueducts in the hood here, and I'll be ready to carve out the entrances here. I'm going to get that done, so we'll see what happens. Alright, got her on there, got the hose all drilled. We're ready to rivet these on. These get upsized for number 6 screws, so you'll be able to take this whole door off. But got it all, just got to sand it up, make her smooth so you don't cut your arm going in to check the oil. Ready to go. A couple of cam locks goes here so you can lock the door down. So I think we'll take her in and start gluing this thing up under here and get that out of the way. Call her a day. Wind's out of the south, straight across the runway.